Fit like Abdi, Danny Boy here, and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2 on the UK map. So here we are at the freight station in Aberdeen. As you see in there, the profit just dipped below like 40 million, but I've actually managed to work out some of the lines to make them slightly more profitable. Deleting some trains helped, fixing traffic issues and others sort of helped as well. Still, the Marble line is like the best. This Liverpool crude line really sucked before and now it's doing good. Huh. Well, that is interesting. Yeah, there were a few traffic jams. There were trains that were sitting stuck in the same position for God knows how long, but I think I've fixed that issue. That was down beside Newcastle. Now we are going to be upgrading, adding a few more trains. As you've seen in the drive-by, we got we'll say a plethora, a large amount of London Brighton South Coast railway trains. However, it is 1920, and that means we can now click this button and it does stuff. Yay! Airports, yep, we're going to get the airports in. Now, not every city is going to have an airport, that's just stupid. Just sort of the main ones. So, from Aberdeen, you can fly to France, up to Scandinavia, Norway, Spain, Portugal. Used to be a flight that used to go to Frankfurt. But for some odd reason, unbeknown to anyone who lives in this area, they cancelled it, which was really super dumb. Lots of people used that flight, so God knows why in hell they cancelled it. Now there's a large bit of space here, and we're going to need a large bit of space, because at some point we're going to have to upgrade this airport. Now probably should have added the extra majiggers in. Passenger terminal, yes. Are we going to do cargo? Possibly. I'd like to do cargo. I do like messing about with the cargo variants. We'll maybe do cargo once the larger airport comes in. We can build a second runway and then we can build more stuff at this site. Now, don't know which way the planes are actually coming in. Probably should have looked at it first. However, we are going to have large street now. Stay flat. Stay with the land. Yeah, come out to here. Pop that round to there. Now, obviously, this is obviously going to become super congested at some point. Let's do that. Do I have bus lanes yet? No. Okay, that sucks. Oh well. I actually kept a lot of those industries. I expected them to be wiped from the face of the planet. Now obviously from Aberdeen you can go to lots of other places in the UK, Edinburgh, Newcastle, Birmingham, Manchester, Southend-on-Sea, various different airports in London, i.e. like London City Airport, Gatwick, Heathrow, Luton. So there's lots of places you can go. You can also go across to Ireland, Dublin, or Belfast, Denmark, Copenhagen in Denmark, Amsterdam. I think every airport in the UK has a flight that goes to Amsterdam, pretty much as far as I've seen. You can also fly down the coast to Hull. So I might even get an airport in Hull. Would we? Maybe. So we're just going to do short routes. So cities that are going to have an airport. Aberdeen is going to have an airport. Now Edinburgh Airport is just sort of out here. It's actually one of the, or it can be one of the stops for the train that heads up from the north. So if it's heading south, or as it comes out of Edinburgh, there is a train that does stop at the airport. That is a thing. There's also a tram that takes you from like the main train station around the city out to the airport. That is also a thing as well. So I'll give Edinburgh an airport. I was going to give Glasgow an airport because it probably should. Well, it could fit it in here, actually. Right, let's see about getting these airports in. So we'll find spaces for them. Right, so rather large chunk of that mountain. Whatever that mountain is, I have no idea. Now I don't want it to interfere with the mountain or that. I can place that there, and then hopefully we can do a bit of terrain alteration. There you go, that looks slightly better now. What's this? The fishery? Right, this fishery can stay. It's just gonna have to get moved. So, there we go. There we go. Yeah, place that in there. It's kind of cool. It's on the river, where a fishery should be, even though it looks like a farm. I remember in Transport Fever 1 when the guys made the New Industries DLC, and that really was super awesome. It did have some major ass bugs, but my god, it just added so much more variety to the game. Different looking factories and stuff as well. It was awesome. Right, we can pop that in there. We can pop this around to here. So Glasgow now has its airport. Obviously we're going to have to get buses or trams, taxis, maybe in the future, that come out to there. Now Aviemore doesn't have an airport, Inverness does, but we're not going to add it. It should be, Inverness airport should be about here. So when you're driving in the main road from the east, it's on the left. You can actually see it's right next to the river. Wick, I think Wick has like a really small little airfield. I think Stornoway actually has a little airport. Now I'd like to put that in. Now obviously it would remain as a small airfield. There is another airfield that gives you like tarmac and stuff. What's this? Fuel refinery. We can have fuel refinery, but maybe place it somewhere else. What's this? Coffee farm? Could maybe place that somewhere else too. There are a couple of industries out here. Oil sand mine, oil well. I'll come back to that one. But yes, Glasgow and Edinburgh will have airports. Now, this is perfect. There's a super duper nice little flat bit, and it's even, whoops a daisy, I mean, it could even be large enough. Ooh, it's not actually as flat as you might think. Yeah, there are things happening here. I'm going to leave it sort of in the middle-ish. We can always smooth around that, but it does leave room for upgrading. Now, in real life, this train actually goes past one of the runways, and if you're on the train and you're lucky enough, you can see a plane taking off, flies above you, or one landing. So it's obviously far enough away so that the jet wash from the inbound aircraft doesn't actually affect the train, because that would be an interesting dilemma. Now Newcastle does have an airport. I've actually flown in it. We could place one right here. Now, this is expensive. I am losing a crap ton of money, and I'm going to be losing a crap ton more now. I mean, what is this industry? It's a livestock farm. Now, livestock farm, you will live to see another day. You're just going to live to see another day sort of over in a this'erly direction. Now, remember, you need to leave yourself room to upgrade the airport when the time comes. So I'm thinking possibly about here. Yep, okay. Newcastle got an airport. You see, that was an airport I wasn't going to build. And we have built it. Right, have it going into that junction there. Obviously we'll configure it, we'll get some flight routes. We're just going to do like little short hopper routes at the moment. Because we've only got the super duper tiny, what do you call it now, Manchester Airport. I would actually like this to go bang in the middle of here. So it can do Blackpool, Liverpool, Manchester. We may even do one over here for Birmingham. I think we will. So the only issue we're going to have is that we're going to have to take this road up and get it in there. And weirdly, we're getting like, what is going on here? Ridiculous amount of traffic problems. The AI has done something odd to this. Now we'll keep that street, just make it bigger. There you go. Once bus lanes come in, we'll be a lot better, actually. Right, these idiots. I am going to change this line. I had a vision. So this Blackpool crude line is losing money, but it's because it gets stuck in traffic. The next one is right behind it. In order to make money, you need a train sort of delivering constantly all the time. We're now down 122 million. But it's got nothing to do with any of these lines. It's now probably airports. Airport maintenance is going to be high. And at the start, we've just got the Junkers, so it's not going to be like... no port. Port would be rather strange. Now, again, going to need room to upgrade this. When and if the time comes. Right, I think round about there should be okay. Now, when the time comes, we'll double runway, we'll add some stuff here. We'll build a new road that goes up to there. We are going to have to build a road that goes... I may tunnel under here and then have it like pop out there. But yes, this will now do Blackpool, Liverpool and Manchester. We're going to name it Manchester Airport because it's the most prominent of the sort of airports. Blackpool does have a small airport. There are also flights that you can use to go... actually, keep that in there and don't join that up yet. Right, there we go. Another 120 million. I think it's just the cost of buying the airports is what is like crippling me now. I want this to go, but how does one do this again? Paint tools. That. Give me that. Brush size, like huge. Okay. Right, you go away as well. Come on. There we go. Super duper happy that they actually put the paint tools in here. Now, this street is nice, but we are going to change it. I want another airport. Oh, okay, so it's like 4 million per airport, and that's given that the terrain is like flat. Yeah, have it coming from that side, right? Birmingham. I don't know why I keep saying that in that weird accent. I do apologise. I wanted to get Cardiff Airport in. Obviously, there's a slight issue. I mean, where the hell would I put it? Where would I put it? We could have... No, we can't even have one at Swansea. Right, Newcastle... Wales is going to have to forgo their airport privileges for the moment. Now, obviously, the big one is going to be... Obviously, there's an airport at Southend-on-Sea. Obviously, there's an airport at Luton. There are many airports outside of London town. Now, London town's actually going to be okay, because airport is going to go here. Now, this could probably run Southend-on-Sea as well. Now, if I place it there, there's plenty of room to upgrade. We can take passengers in from Cambridge, London, maybe even Maidstone or Southend. At Norwich, we're going to have an airport at Norwich as well. The only airport on the planet that I know of that you literally have to pay to escape it. I remember one time I actually flew down to Norwich. I flew down with some there were sensitive documents that needed to be sent out to a rig. There was also a part as well for a piece of our equipment. It was the other department that was working on the rig just off the coast of Norwich. So I flew down with the parts and these documents. Or like hot shotting. So hot shotting is when, instead of sending it by courier or freight or by truck or whatever, you get a person, you give them whatever that needs to be delivered, you stick them on a flight or whatever, they go there, they deliver it, they come back. So it's like a one-time deal. I suppose you could we used to hot shot and stuff with our work vans all the time. So I went down to Norwich. Now, it had been quite a while since I had actually been to Norwich. And so, got out the airport, all fine, walked just round the corner. Just round the corner is a heliport, Saxon heliport. Now, I like your enthusiasm, game. However, no. Yep, so, while the autosave is on, we'll continue the story. So, delivered the part at the heliport, the documents. The chopper was actually waiting. It was sitting idling on the taxiway. So the guy just runs out, chucks everything in the chopper, off it goes. Well, weigh the part first. No dangerous goods, blah blah blah. Off it goes. So I then walk back round the corner to Norwich Airport. Goes in. One of the ladies that was there was like, It's like, did you not just come off of this flight? And I was like, yes, and now I'm going back in it, back to Aberdeen. And she was like, oh, okay, that's fine. So she gives me a boarding pass. It was actually quite late on at night. She gave me the boarding pass. I thought, well, I'll have a beer. So I went to this little bar, and there was like a guy working in the bar. So he gave me a beer. I was in like a little shop with a newsagent, so I walked over to go and buy like a sandwich and like a bottle of juice for the flight. And then the same guy came out from the bar, and then he comes into the shop. And I was like, okay. And there's a little newsagent as well. And I was just going to go into the newsagent. The guy's like, are you going into the newsagent to get something? And I was like, I'm just going for a look. And he's like, oh, because if you are going to buy something, I'll come over. And this one dude was the barman over at the bar. He was also the shopkeeper for the shop and the shopkeeper for the newsagent. He was just sort of running around the three sort of areas, which I thought was kind of funny. I was like, oh, it's a good job I was the only person there. There were actually like 4 or 5 other people on the flight. It wasn't completely devoid of life. But it was nearly more like 4 of us on it. Fortunately though, because those flights are normally quite busy with oil workers that need to catch helicopters and stuff the next day, they don't often cancel them. So it's in the airline's best interest to keep them sort of going. Now this looks dumb. Now I've deviated from airports because I just wanted to... Is this going up? Is it going down? What are you doing? Track, hello, speak to me. Okay, that's odd. That's slightly better. Now I just want to build this before the AI gets any bright ideas and starts building some other Magumba. Right, that's perfect. Now you can build your street out to Norwich Steel Mill. So yeah, as I was going through departures, there's a gate, like the barrier where you scan your boarding pass. It's like, oh yeah, you're getting on a flight that's leaving in half an hour. You may enter and enter the departures lounge. But when I scanned my boarding pass, it was like, no, computer says no. So that was a bit of a disaster. I was like, why? Why are you not letting me through? So I went back to the desk. The nice lady there gave me yet another boarding pass. That one didn't work. She then came with me to the gate, the barrier for getting through to departures lounge, and she was like, oh, have you paid your 10 quid? And I was like, 10 quid for what? What do I need? Why would I need to pay to get into the departures lounge? And then she pointed to a sign, and it's like, because there's a £10 fee to get in and out of the departures lounge, and it's like a airport tax, like an airport development fee. So you pay £10 and it goes towards the development of the airport. And I'm sitting there like a plum because I'm like, I don't actually have 10 quid. I was like, can you pay by card? And she was like, oh, you need to go to a cash machine and get money and then pay it. And I was like, where's the cash machine? The cash machine was back at one of the shops, one of those ones that you pay like 99p and it gives you money. But it did not work. It was broken. It was out of order. And I was like, look, this thing is broken. So I went to the guy that was doing the shop, and the news agent. And I was like, look, do you do cashback? Can I buy something and get like 10 quid back as well? And he was like, no. So I went back to the lady. And I was like, look, there's no way I can get a tenner. I'm going to have to leave the airport, which means I'm going to leave I'm going to miss the flight, etc. And then I started prattling on about how that if I missed this flight because of this stupid not getting through to departures, that my company was going to sue them and stuff, and they were like a massive oil company, and this was like the dumbest thing I've ever seen. So she went and got someone from security. We spoke it through. The guy actually let me through without paying the tenner. And he was like, well, remember for next time, you need 10 quid. And I was like, why? I was like, that's the stupidest thing. So you're paying like a fortune for a plane ticket, airport tax, fuel tax, money for extra baggage, and then you have to pay a tenner just to escape the airport, just to get on your flight. There's a last little punch in the face. Here, if you want to get on your flight, you need a tenner. Now the worst thing is, I actually had a tenner, 20 quid in my wallet. Now after buying the beer and the stuff from the shop, I did not. So I was like, that's stupid. I was telling my boss when I got home, and he was like, oh, so he put it in an email saying, look, if you're flying into Norwich or out in Norwich now, you need this tenner to pay into the machine so you can get through the gate to get into departures. What an absolute joke. I would have grudged paying it as well. It's like, what? Airport development fee? No other airport in the face of this planet has something like that. So it was so stupid. Well, they were. Rant over. Norwich Airport. I have actually been back there since, and I did remember the fee, so I did pay it. The other couple of times I went there. But man, a stupid thing. Man, I was raging. Like a tenner is not, it's not like a massive huge sum of money. But I was just absolutely outraged that I couldn't get on my flight just because I did not have this tenner. I was like, this is so dumb. Why is that even a thing? But now you know. So, boys and girls, if you do go to Norwich Airport, remember, you need a tenner to get in and out of the place. Stupid. It was quality. When I knew the cash machine wasn't working, when the guy told me, and he was like, there's no cash back, and she was like, oh, you'll have to leave the airport and go into town and find a cash machine. I was like, are you actually shitting me? You cannot be serious. I was like, so I'm going to miss a flight because you want me to get a taxi into town to go to a cash machine to come back. By the time I've came back, the flight is gone. I was like, you have to be clean off your rocker. Because I actually lied. I was like, well, I need to get to Aberdeen because this is the last flight, and I've got a flight to catch tomorrow, and if I miss it, I'll just say that it was Norwich Airport's fault, and that my company would sue them for the price of getting me another helicopter and stuff like that, which was complete nonsense. But I was totally adamant that I was going to be getting on that flight. So, long story short, we got on it without paying the retarded tenner. But apart from that, the staff were like super nice. I just could not believe she actually wanted me to leave the airport to go into town to go to a cash machine. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? I was like, this must be a joke, right? This can't actually seriously be a thing. Right, if we covered everything here, I think we pretty much have. Maybe not this stuff in the middle. I actually need to create a route. So, new line. This will be an airport shuttle. So we're going to go dink. We're then going to go... Where was the next one I built? Oh, you idiot. Well, we actually built truck stops, which is dumb. 'Cause truck stop ain't what we need. We need this. We're going to have to build another one here. Okay, right. So you cover everything to about there. You cover quite a lot of stuff over in this direction. Now I placed one down here somewhere. I did. There we go. Not 2 stops will be destroyed. 1 stop will be destroyed. I'm then going to place bus there. You cover... No, we're not actually covering this. Whoever... I could build a platform over here and then join it. Have a road that joins it onto there. Okay. Don't panic. Oh no. Oh. Which one of these is not one that's being used? Right, nothing waiting. So I'm assuming I just built you. You were supposed to be a bus stop. There we go. And that covers everything over here. We've then got this thing, which covers quite a lot of stuff. I mean, at some point we could probably get like a taxi that runs from here out to the airport. That could absolutely be a thing. We don't have taxis yet, but we will have at some point. Right, can I build this new line now? Now, line 1. Aberdeen transfer. So we got at least that far. Want to go there. there. Which it's definitely not that one, because there's about 30 billion people waiting there. 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 Up to there. Now, what colour do we make the airport express? Purple? Because we've got pink for intercity buses. Grey? Greyish? Okay, grey. Grey it is. Now, this will be airport shuttle. Abs. Airport APS abs, okay. Now, do we add buses now? I think I do. Just to sort of get them rolling, and then I'll have to get a flight. So, we're going to use the post bus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Select all. Do that. Now we're going APS abs. Airport shuttle. Now, we want to go from Aberdeen to where? Maybe to start with something like Glasgow. Maybe once we get a bigger plane, perhaps go down to Manchester and Norwich. Yeah. Okay. Let's just fly to Glasgow. A nice short little hop. So I want to go there. I've also just realised that I'm going to need Glasgow and Edinburgh, or just Glasgow? Just Glasgow. Okay. I've also remembered that France and Ireland also need airports. Now, what colour do I make this? Do I make this purple? I think we do. So, AP, air passenger. Abs. Oops. Arms. Glass. Oh, not glass. Glass. Right, so that's now technically a thing. What bus stop do we use? I like these. I don't know. This is 05. One of these has trees. I'm not sure which variation of this has the trees. I absolutely know that one of them does. So, pop you out to there. So, the airport at Glasgow is Prestwick Airport, I think. I have actually flown out of there once to go to the US. Not a particularly amazing flight. It was a long time ago though. Right, so that's now a thing. Do we want to add by vehicle? Oh, no. I mean, I think I would even fly like Glasgow to Newcastle, a short little route. As I said, we do need airports in at least Dublin and Belfast, some way, somehow. Where the hell am I gonna place this airport? That's a no zone, that's no. It's gonna have to be like out here. What? Belfast oil sand mine. Even if I delete that, I don't think it's gonna fit in there. We may just have to fly to Dublin. Now, I think if I am super lucky... Ooh, this looks hellish. Hellish it be. Actually, it's not that bad. If this was Dublin. Apparently it's Dundalk. Now, we could have it over here. That's a hell of a distance. We're gonna have to like bridge or tunnel over basically everything to get to that. Unless we do have it between Dundalk and... Do we want it on this weird mountain? Possibly not. One building will be removed. Yay. How weird is this gonna look? Can I sink it down? Kinda. Right, place it there. Have I left myself room to actually upgrade this when the time comes? Who knows? We shall have to wait and see. Ooh, I was about to say that smoothing didn't do anything, but it actually did. Right, so we'll be able to fly out to Dublin / Dundalk at least. Obviously, there's a decent sized international airport at. Oh well, I was going to put an airport in Douglas, but you have literally had it. Because you've grown so incredibly huge. That's good though. That's what we want. Encourage growth, right? Alright, we'll at least get Glasgow set up. With a bus route, with a plane. Now. We want... Right. Now, get it right this time, numpty. Pick up the actual... Try and pick up literally everybody. That's pretty good. We also want to go... Is that a train station? Is it just a random ass bus stop here? No, we can go there. Excellent. And then you can come out to somewhere like there. And then, I don't know, there. Does that cover most things? Mostly. Okay, this will be interesting. New line. I want to go there. Tah! Don't want to go to the airport. I want to go to the bus station. Right, that could have been bad already, straight off the bat. Now there's a bus stopping here. It's doing something incredibly odd. But that's okay. Do I want it to stop there? Do I want this down here maybe? No, just go, come out there. Go to there. That actually works out perfectly. See, it was like it was meant to be, people. Mostly it was not. Right, now we'll be able... So that double-decker's stopping there, so we'll stop that one there. There is a bus stop there. We want that. Now. How now, brown cow? 1 to 1. Okay, go on to 2. So why can't... because it's not a one-way street. It actually has to do this weird turning thing. That's okay. Right, this one doesn't actually have anyone at it. No. That's the one we want. Yeah, the other bus is stopping there, then stop there, and then go back to there. Now, we're making this grey. And it's airport shuttle Glasgow. There we go. Now, we obviously want people to actually use this. I'm never going to find the depot in all this mess. In fact, it's right there. I probably could have if I just looked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A dink, dink. Up you go. EPS Glasgow. Oh, sweet. They're right. The EP, the airport shuttles are right there. Well, that's nice. Now it's time for a plane. Actually, oh, hold on. We're gonna burn through. It's a hangar, right? No, it's a passenger stop area. Right. Abs Glasgow. Buy a vehicle. A Junkers F13. I am actually going to set you to have high maintenance. Therefore meaning you're probably going to make absolutely nothing. Let's just have a look at the profits. First plane though. Sweet. Manchester Goods. Now this train's a weird train. It's got 216 and when it drops off it makes just about 5.5 million. 5.5 million. So it actually does go into profit. Now this looks hellish, but we just have added a crap ton of airport maintenance to the system. So once this delivers, it goes into profit. Blackpool crude. I'm gonna fix you. I have a plan. So we'll jump on board with this plane though. Let's speed it up. We're into February 13th, the Valentine's Day Eve. You've actually lost me 0 money. Good man. I love this plane already. Oh no, you've lost me 5 grand. You suck. There we go. Nice little airstrip there. I'll have to be careful to make sure that the AI doesn't build around this airport. New growth is great, but if it's just going to come to a point where we have to delete all the buildings because we want to build the bigger airport in 1980. Is it 1980? I think it is. There we go though. This thing's ace. Look at it. Wee. Right. Now this thing ain't the fastest thing on the planet. Aircraft numero uno. Aberdeen to Glasgow. This is actually still a flight. I think it's run by Loganair. Obviously Flybe is now a thing of the past, and there were a lot of Flybe flights in and around Scotland. I've just noticed that it doesn't curse you. Come back here, plane. So I don't think, I just want to, yeah, the landing gear in this is fixed gear, but it doesn't actually have a wheel, like a tail wheel. It just has like this weird ski thing, which seems really odd. How do you turn it? Does the ski thing turn? I mean, how do you turn it when it's on the ground? Not when it's in the air. It seemed like a really short route, but I'm actually now thinking that this could be a super long route. P78. Is that a significant like tail number? C-P78? Who knows? Could be. How fast are you actually going? Well, you're doing 87 miles per hour, so you're already the fastest thing on the planet. Or are you? Why is it slowing down? Just because you've reached cruising altitude doesn't mean you have to slow down. Give me your deets. Condition is very good. Current at 85 miles per hour is its actual top speed. That's going to take like 10 years in game time. We've got a lot of trains underneath though, which is nice. We are starting to make a bit of money, but we are going to lose money in about a minute when I go to build the airport over in Vive la France, which I'm going to plop right in the middle, so everyone from Calais, Dunkirk, Boulogne-sur-Mer, Bethune can all use it. And we're also going to have, a lot of people have asked if there's going to be a Eurostar. Yes, there is. I've been messing about on building tunnels underwater. It can be done. In some areas where water is super deep, it's a super pain in the ass, but you can use the terrain tools to bring sort of deeper sections of water up high enough, but still be submerged underwater and get a tunnel underneath it. So here we go, where we're flying over now. There's Dundee. Dundee has a little airport as well. St Andrews, I think, has a small airfield. There is a place for helicopters, because a lot of the rich people get private helicopters to fly them to the golf course. Obviously they don't land or fly over or near the golf course, because there's nothing worse than playing golf and having a low-flying aircraft fly over you while you're trying to take your shot. Almost there though. We see abs in the distance. One thing I've never actually really done is like this. So you get some like super cool views. Like, if I was, can I get in the plane? No. Pilot is using a invisible imaginary yoke there. That's cool. Come back a touch. Oh, it's forward. Back a touch. No, Z is back. There we go. Tail section view. Nice. Hey, it's actually doing 87. Good man. I think it is in a descent. We are going to have to watch this, because I am slightly worried that it's going to hit this on the way in. Whoa, 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 whoa. I did not... Where are you? It's so goddamn small. So this is the route it takes. Right, it's absolutely going to fly into that on the way back. Not by much, so I probably could level that. Now, yeah, about there. Whoops. It's okay. No. You see, I want you to go down, ship. Okay, we've made a hash of this. This is bad. Is it bad? It's old extinct volcano here in Scotland that everyone knows about. Now I still want to take it down lower because autosave. Damn you. Damn you to hell. Right, come on. Things to do. Come on. There we go. Right. Now we're trying to fix this monstrosity. Yeah, take it down lower. And then do no. And do that. Ooh, that's odd. Actually, I'm a genius. That's amazing. Now the plane will get over that. Where are you, plane? Did you fly through this? I think it actually did. Now, can I make that? Oh, here we go again. We're doing weird stuff in the background there that we're not supposed to be doing. There we go. Flatten that. Smooth it. God bless these awesome terrain tools. Alright. Have you landed yet? Have you? No. Bird strike. Be careful. Oh, that's a hell of a turn. Oh, however, trees. Ah dear, first flight was a disaster. I like these trees, I don't want to delete them. Well, that's fine, because I can't delete that one. Right, there we go. Vehicle in the way. Yeah, I don't want to actually delete the airport. Calm down. Nobody waiting. Sweet. Next bus. You. Hello, my bus friend. 1. Guaranteed this dude wants to go on this plane. We'll let it run back and forth a few times, and then I'll set to wait for like a full load. But the airports do work, and they work a hell of a lot better than they did in Transport Fever 1. My god, Transport Fever 1 airports were something somewhat of a disaster. Right, you've got no one. But the first flight has just been done. So, that's fine. But we're going to leave it there for that episode. We've wasted a literal crap ton of cash. I would say something like 100 million on building airports. Plus the change we've got for losing out and all this. Don't know why this doesn't make money. Because 3 or 400... I think it's because they're double-headered. So that's the problem with mods. If they're not balanced correctly, the maintenance costs and stuff, then you'll lose out. You'll just hemorrhage cash. This one, I'm pretty sure I can fix. This one, lost cause. Although we are running 2 really super expensive locos on there just to sort of haul the stuff up the hill. But we're nowhere near as bad as we were. And this is making 10. This is up to 4. And this one's almost making 1 million. It's just that we've got so much that it's actually losing money. Although some of them are just losing money, which is a real shame. But we're going to leave it there for that episode. As always, if you did watch this and you'd like to leave a like, comment or dislike, please feel free to do so. And if there's more you'd like to see in the future, then hit the subscribe button. I've been Danny Boy. This has been Transport Fever 2 in the UK map. And I will catch you later. That's sad. I thought one person was going to go to the airport. Alas, they did not. That's going to be it. I'll catch you later.